Hey there, this is Caryn Flanagan with the Ski Prophet, and I am here with Ted Keyes, C4 Waterman dude extraordinaire. Hey Ted, how's it going?
Great.
So I'm glad to hear it. So the other day, Tim Flanagan and I were checking out the rapids on the Snake River, and we heard this hooping and hollering right at Kahuna. And right as we come around the corner, there was this craft coming down, and it bucked off about 6 people, and there were still 2 men standing, I think. And we just laughed our heads off, and we're like, we got to check this out. So Ted's here to tell us about what it was we saw coming down the river.
So it's the Supsquatch, and it's a C4 Waterman stand-up board for 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 people.
If you're really sick.
It's almost 17 feet long. It's about 6.5 feet wide. It's PVC material, and it has a really unique drop stitch. So it's an inflatable board. The C4 Supsquatch is used not just for the river, but it could be used as a floating dock on a lake. We have one in Tahiti and one in Hawaii, and you can surf with it. But here in Jackson on the river, it's a lot of fun. You paddle it just like a stand-up board, kind of like a whitewater raft, but you're standing. And I was guiding in the back, and then through a series of commands, the paddlers would execute turns and so forth, so we could navigate rapids, and sometimes really cleanly, and sometimes not.
And we sometimes have to go rescue people, and that's fun too.
There's lots of falling, lots of laughing, and it's just I wouldn't really call it a serious thing. It's just a really silly fun and good way to spend a hot or warm day on the water with your family and friends. It's a lot of fun.
So river aficionados might laugh at this and think it's a joke, and in some ways it kind of is.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I went the other day with Ted, and then yesterday went out on the lake in some whitecaps, and I think that the experience made me a better paddler. It's a little squirrely. The more people you have on it, it wiggles when people move. But when I have to say that when you're paddling in cadence, it's awesome. It moves really fast across the water, and it's a great sensation.
Yeah, it's at 17 feet with, I think we had 8 people the first day, and then yesterday just with 4 people, we could easily pass rafts. We could easily, when we wanted to, get speed and maneuver and work as a team when we needed to. But then other rapids, we're surfing, we're catching waves, and most of the time we're laughing, and we're falling a lot. So it's a great way to introduce maybe new people to stand-up paddling, or people who might not necessarily feel like, hey, I want to get out there on the river my first time on a stand-up board. Might be a little intimidating, because there's some things you'd want to know about the river and about whitewater. This is a way you can take some of your friends and introduce them to what to do, what not to do, where the trouble spots are in the river, and still have a really great, fun, safe time.
Yeah, Ted knows a lot of the features through the Snake River Canyon, and coached us through it, which was great fun. And tell us about the T-bow maneuver.
So here in the Rockies, the T-bow phenomenon last year is kind of like, I don't know, because we were in the Rockies, when I yelled T-bow, everybody just gets down really low on the board. So you'll see that in the video too, how we're just getting really low so that we don't fall in, because there's certain places where there's rocks where it's shallow and the water's moving fast, so we don't want anybody to get hurt.
So I'm pretty convinced that stand-up paddleboarding is a great crossover sport. It's easy to pick up. You really can be fairly proficient at it in not much time, given the right conditions. And it's great training for other activities. It works your core, works your quads. It works pretty much every inch of you, right, Ted?
I think, yeah, definitely your core. For me, my core, my quads, your legs. You're definitely in that athletic skiing position. I think, what's it working? Well, what's sore the next day? Your neck, your core, everything. You really feel it, but it's not like it's not a real hard workout. You don't really feel like you're exerting yourself, but you can do it all day and really I think it's a really good base for training for all your sports.
Yeah, and on the Supsquatch, you're pretty much giggling through the whole time you're on the board, so you're really not noticing that you're working that hard, but you are. Getting 4 or 5 people to stand up on that thing at the same time, it's sort of it's like standing up on like a waterbed mattress that's on moving water. That's what I would compare it to.
A waterbed mattress going through waves, and it's definitely fun. Like the giggling and the laughing, and you're paddling hard, and you're using just every muscle in your body to stay on that thing and to paddle. But it's fun, and
Yeah.
you know that makes when something's fun, it just makes it you're going to want to do it again. So to learn more, just go to c4waterman.com and you can check out the Supsquatch, the Supzilla, the whole iSup line, um,
They make great paddles.
and exceptional paddles, leashes, and all the gear. Basically everything for the waterman, from racing boards to offshore boards to surfing boards to just boards for the lake, and then inflatable iSups for the river and for traveling and for kids and people of all ages. So get out there and paddle and have fun.